dive into authentic conversations about ourselves and our community, exploring topics that uplift and inspire us, from personal growth to social change. So grab your teacup and get ready to join the conversation. Authentic conversations about ourselves and our community, exploring topics that uplift and inspire us, from personal growth to social change. So grab your teacup and get ready to join the conversation. Good morning, Tea Talkers. Hi, are you all? It's Tanisha Talk Teas. I'm back up on a Thursday morning for another day of explosive and riveting testimonies and predictions about Puff Daddy, y'all. I'm going to go over day 10 through 12, so we're going to have a long day. Hope you guys got your teacups out to ready to be filled, okay? Tanisha Talks Teas. Oh. How do you guys like my new personal assistant? That would be her on the screen. As you can see, she is repping the studio. She is putting it on, putting it down. That's my new assistant. I need a name for her. As you can see, like, she has her suit on. She's very appropriately dressed. Her hair is nicely, neatly combed. She's a married woman, guys, so leave her alone. You see the ring. She's got her teacup. She's got her MacBook. She got her, she's by the fireplace. She got her plaques up on the wall. She's repping it. That's my new personal assistant. Okay, so we're on day 10, right? Well, 12 today, but we're going to go to day 10 and just start there. What's up with Diddy, y'all? What's been going on? I hear lots of people have testified. Capricorn Clark, the girl that has entered the group chat from Cassie, bringing her up, saying that she was like Diddy's assistant, however have you, and they had like a friendship, relationship, or whatever. So then there was a Deontay, the hairstylist. I think we're going to jump on that right now with Long Crime. So I've already got my screen share. Let's get into it. I hope you guys have had a fabulous week up until now. I'm sorry I'm going to give you a headache and maybe a little indigestion, but we're back up on Diddy. He's on the third week of his explosive and riveting trial. So let's get it.
Nash testified that the music mogul allegedly beat his former girlfriend Cassandra Ventura until she bled, controlled.
Oh, I also want to say, I had to pause it. We are streaming live on this Thursday morning from Facebook. Hi, Facebookers. YouTube, hey YouTubers, Twitch sippers, and now we are also on Kick, okay? Kick is a hot new streaming platform that I came across and decided to join. They have welcomed us over there. I've been uploading all types of great content over there day and night, which is kind of a reason why I haven't really been on YouTube. I've also had a headache, and Diddy gives me a headache. So yeah, remember, you can find me on mostly all streaming platforms. I need to update my Twitter, but I'm on everything: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Instagram, and TikTok at Tanisha Talks Teas or Tanisha Talks Teas TV. You can also email me at tanishatalk@gmail.com. Okay, we're getting it now with sidebar Long Crime. Okay, he's talking about Diddy on trial, threats, control, and bleeding victim. I think he's gonna get into some Deontay testimony. So we're gonna cover everything. So it's gonna be a long day, y'all. Keep your teacups out.
Every aspect of her life and even made chilling threats. He even testified he jumped in and tried to stop one of these attacks. And by the way, that's only part of the testimony from today. There was a lot more we got to get into. I'm going to be breaking it down with our law and crime reporter Elizabeth Milner, who is inside that courtroom for every minute of the action. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Hey everybody, this is another law and crime legal alert. If you received Depo-Provera birth control shots and were later diagnosed with a brain or spinal tumor called meningioma, you may be eligible for a lawsuit. Morgan & Morgan is investigating claims that patients weren't properly warned about this risk. It's free to pop mogul toward his former girlfriend, Cassandra Ventura, even himself. And I think, by the way, this was brought up during our live show on Law and Crime's YouTube channel. I think this was brought up by Ashley Banfield quite well, that Nash might be the only person who's testified so far that he actually intervened in the alleged abuse of Sean Combs. We're going to get into that, but that is definitely something to make note of. And by the way, he's not the only person who testified. We heard a lot of testimony regarding the circumstances of Kid Cudi's testimony from last week. Remember that? Kid Cudi testified that he was a victim of his house being broken into, his car being set on fire, that he had been dating Cassandra Ventura seemingly during this breakup that she had with Sean Combs, that he was the victim of retaliation at the hands of Sean Combs. And this is all important for the racketeering charge, right? The more that the prosecution can make the point that Combs was this essential mafia boss, that he was heading up this criminal enterprise that was involved in a whole series of crimes, that's how you get to racketeering. A criminal enterprise that has all of these underlying crimes: forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, sex trafficking. Kid Cudi, pivotal witness for what I would say is multiple predicate crimes. And then we heard from officials today regarding these specific events surrounding Kid Cudi. So we have a lot to get into, a lot of dramatic testimony. For that, I want to bring on Law and Crimes reporter Elizabeth Milner, who has been inside that courtroom every day of trial. Elizabeth, so good to see you. Thanks for coming here on set.
I know, I'm in studio today. Can you believe it?
I love it. I love it. I always see you across outside the courthouse, but I'm happy to have you here.
Yes.
Now, before we even get into the testimony today, including of Deontay Nash, there was something that happened before the jury was even brought in, before testimony even began. Mm-hmm. What happened?
Yeah, so I feel like some of the most interesting things that happen in this trial are always the arguments outside of the presence of the jury. That's really when you see the attorneys in action, and really, honestly, when they're showing kind of their personality more, not playing it up so much to the jury. And so there was kind of a big ruling that was made outside of the jury presence before testimony had started today, and it regarded Kid Cudi. So there was this defense motion that they were trying to strike this last little bit of testimony where Kid Cudi essentially implied that he had believed Diddy was lying about having anything to do with the Molotov cocktail that was lodged into his car, having anything to do with the break-ins in his home. And so there was this moment at the Soho House where they had a meeting, they met up, they shook hands. So the prosecution had asked Kid Cudi, what did you make of just this meetup? And what did you think that Diddy was implying when he had said that he didn't know what he was talking about when he was asked straight up just about the Molotov cocktail, and that Kid Cudi had believed that Diddy was lying about this. And it was kind of a moment towards the end of his testimony, because this was a moment that we got to at the redirect. So this was after the cross-examination, where a lot of people were just like, oh, wow. So he definitely believes it. Was kind of another aha moment, if you will. And so the defense objected to this. The defense wanted this little piece that Kid Cudi was talking about just struck from the record. They didn't want this to go to the transcript when the jury goes into deliberation. And so the judge actually denied the defense's motion, and he had said that the door was actually opened for this line of questioning, for this type of response under the cross-examination. And so that was a big ruling that he had made earlier this morning.
Little inside baseball. As much as they tell a jury to disregard a comment, once it's made, you can't even ring the bell. It's very hard to tell a jury not to consider that, which, by the way, we have something to talk about when it comes to a specific piece of testimony that the judge instructed the jury today to disregard. We'll get to that in a minute. But we had Officer Christopher Ignacio of the LAPD testify, and he was the one who responded to the alleged break-in at Kid Cudi's home. And this is somebody who's a veteran. So he'd been with the department about 16 years. When he responded to Kid Cudi's home, what was that response like?
Yeah, so this response happened on December 22nd of 2011. This is a couple days before Christmas, around the holiday time. And so he was responding to a home up in the Hollywood Hills. The address was an address we were all very familiar with. Why? Because it was Kid Cudi's address. So he said that he was dispatched around 8:20 in the morning about a possible suspect stare down. And Ignacio had said that he had responded with police lights, with sirens, just kind of the whole shebang. And so then we see an exhibit photo of Kid Cudi's front door. So then we know, of course, he had been responding to Kid Cudi's house. And Officer Ignacio was explaining that the neighborhood that Kid Cudi had lived in at the time, it was kind of situated above the Hollywood Hills. It has narrow views and kind of windy roads. But he said that he had noticed a black Escalade. And that to me really stuck out, because this is kind of towards the beginning of his testimony. That stuck out to me because yesterday when Capricorn Clark was testifying, she testified that Diddy, Ruben, Diddy security guard, and Capricorn Clark all went to Kid Cudi's home in what? A black Escalade, and that they proceeded to even chase down Kid Cudi when he had been responding to this break-in that had happened at his home. But Officer Ignacio, while he testified today, said that he didn't notice any of the passengers inside the vehicle because the windows were heavily tinted, kind of like a limo would be tinted, just very dark, so he couldn't see inside. But he said that he did catch a license plate number, and this license plate was for 6LKN013. He said he didn't pull the car over at this particular time because there was no crime at the time. But then he starts to kind of get into just what had happened once he's on Kid Cudi's property, that his partner jumped over a fence, let him in. He noticed the door was open, but no one was home. Then he had noticed some unwrapped gifts, which I thought was pretty interesting because Kid Cudi had testified that these gifts were wrapped when he was testifying last week, that these gifts were wrapped. And then when he came home, that these gifts were unwrapped. They were in the kitchen area. And then more detectives kind of arrived. They searched the area. But I think one thing that was pretty interesting that stood out to me during Christopher Ignacio's testimony is that he didn't mention the dog. And I think the dog was kind of a big thing, according to Kid Cudi, because Kid Cudi had explained that he normally lets his dog kind of roam around. However, when he returned home for this break-in, that his dog was locked in the bathroom and his dog was jumpy and nervous after this incident. And so that was one point that just wasn't discussed today during testimony, which I found pretty interesting. So as far as I had heard about a kidnapping in the matter, and he said that he didn't hear about this kidnapping and that no one disturbed the property, and he responded no, which I think is interesting too, because if you talk about the dog being locked in the closet, I think that's kind of a disruption of the property, but that's neither here nor there. And then Steele was asking, there are no bullet holes in the wall, and he responded yes, and asking whether or not that he could have put out a BOLO report, to be on the lookout for this black Escalade, and they didn't do a BOLO alert. There wasn't any mention of threat to kill, and Ignacio confirmed that's true. And as far as mentions just of security cameras, obviously this. And so he answered the door, and it's Diddy. And that Diddy said the B word to Cassie and said,
Okay, we already are caught up on that. Let's get into finding Capricorn Clark's testimony. Because, Diddy's trial, yes, it's explosive. Yes, it's riveting. But to the point of, what he's being charged for, we're not going to continue to go back over the foolishness of the mess. Let's see if we could find the actual testimony of it, y'all. Okay, being read in voiceover. What? Okay. Okay, guys, hold on. Let me find the little site. Because, it's a couple of different places that I reference shit. So, there it is. Okay. That's what I put it there. That is literally what I put in there. Okay, we got the full Capricorn Clark testimony against Diddy, y'all. We're going to listen to that, okay? Get your teacup set. Get ready to get filled with some Capricorn Clark testimony on Diddy, y'all. I hear it's explosive and riveting.
Before we begin, please be advised that viewer discretion is strongly recommended. None of the content presented here has been exaggerated or taken out of context. These are the exact statements made by the prosecution team, defense team, and Capricorn Clark on May 27th, 2025. Some words have been censored to comply with YouTube's guidelines. What you're about to hear is a voiced-over reading of the Capricorn Clark testimony from the Sean Diddy Combs trial. Source: courtroom reporter at Inner City Press on X.com. All parties are presumed innocent until proven guilty. Listen at your own discretion.
The government calls Capricorn Clark. Where did you grow up?
Born in San Francisco, moved to LA, worked for Def Jam, then Death Row Records, a late 90s gangster rap label.
What was your relation to Mr. Knight?
He is the father of my friend's child.
Then you worked for Sean Combs?
Yes, he is over there in a blue sweater. I worked for him from 2004 to 2012.
Were you kidnapped?
Yes.
When did you first meet Mr. Combs?
When I moved to NYC.
Oh my God. We already have to stop the testimony. She was kidnapped by who? Diddy? Uh-oh.
In 2002. We were super platonic friends. A headhunter said I should work for him as a personal assistant. I did, until 2006.
Your duties?
Shadow him from Wake Up.
Then what?
Head of women's for Sean Jean.
How long?
A year. Then global brand director for Sean Combs. Name and likeness due diligence to grow the brand. Then I was terminated until 2016 for Cassandra Ventura.
Did you work in this building?
Yes, we moved there in 2005.
Your first day, where did Mr. Combs take you?
Central Park, after dark, along with Uncle Paulie. He looked like a linebacker.
Does this photo look like him?
No, he doesn't have on the blackout shades he wore all the time.
What did Mr. Combs tell you in the park?
That since I'd worked for Mr. Knight, if anything happened, he might have to kill me.
At this moment, the defense objected but was overruled.
How did you take it?
Seriously, it had gravitas.
How did you react?
I said, I didn't have anything to do with that stuff.
At this moment, the defense objected and was sustained.
What was Paulie's role?
All aspects of Mr. Combs' movements to keep him safe. There were also D-Rock, Roger Bonds, and Ruben.
Who's D-Rock?
A good friend of Biggie Smalls, running back type body.
Did you ever observe Mr. Combs with a gun?
Yes, in my home.
And did he talk about it?
He, Mr. Combs, told Chris Lighty he had a gun. He had a problem with 50 Cent.
Were you ever accused of stealing?
Yes, jewelry. It had been given to me. It was on loan.
It went missing?
Yes.
What did you do?
From Teterboro, I called 1440 and told them to lock it down.
What did Uncle Paulie do?
He questioned me 3 hours.
You went home?
To Queens, yes, with Uncle Paulie. He searched my house.
Where did Uncle Paulie take you?
1710 Broadway. It was dilapidated. It was being fixed up, but I didn't know that. Uncle Paulie took me to the 6th floor. The door was locked behind us. There was a 6-foot folding table and a heavy-set man.
Can you describe him?
5 of me. 2 linebackers. He was chain-smoking.
Did Uncle Paulie stay?
No, intermittently he came back.
What did the heavyset man say?
I was there to take a lie detector test.
What did he say would happen if you failed the lie detector test?
That they would throw me in the East River.
At this moment, the defense objected and then asked for a sidebar. Then they continued.
Oh, y'all. Now, this could be some damning testimony. This could be some damning testimony that could, persuade the jurors to maybe, want to convict on certain areas of this case. Okay? Oh, my.
What was his demeanor?
Very serious. I was terrified.
Did you want to be taking the test?
No, I was afraid.
How was the test?
Wires on you and they question you. Did I steal?
Did he tell you the results?
He said to calm down, that he couldn't get a good reading and he might have to throw me in the East River.
Anyone else in the building?
Not to my knowledge.
Could you leave?
No, Paul said no.
What did Paul say at the end?
That he'd come back the next day to figure this out. We started again, Another lie detector test in the same location. All day.
Were you free to leave?
No.
How long did this go on?
5 days.
Did you tell anyone where you were?
No, I was just trying to survive it.
Lord, that's kidnapping. Extortion. That's all of the bad things of the elements of this RICO charge.
I worked under an NDA.
At this moment, the defense objected, and the judge sustained it and told the jury to disregard the last answer.
What would you have been doing?
Shadowing Mr. Combs.
What happened after 5 days?
That I could return to work. That Mr. Combs would see me the next week.
Did Mr. Combs ever discuss it with you?
No.
Why did you continue to work with Mr. Combs?
If I left, they'd think I stole.
What were your days like?
From his townhouse at 74th Street and Park in the morning to Daddy's house studio at night.
How much sleep did you get?
On a good day, 4 hours. On a bad day, 2. I got a stress condition. I was paid $55,000.
Did you get paid overtime?
No, I spoke to the head of HR. She said I was owed $80,000.
How did Mr. Combs respond?
He ripped up the paper.
Would Mr. Combs stay at hotels?
Yes.
With whom?
Kim Porter. Once a week.
What names would he book rooms under?
Frank Black. Frank White.
And the girlfriends?
Jackie Starr.
Where did he stay?
Intercontinental Buckhead in Atlanta. Beverly Hills Hotel in L.A.
What were in his bags?
A camera. Small bottles of baby oil and lube. Cameras. Every time.
What would you be doing?
Watching TV. Ordering room service. Keeping up on sleep. Afterward, I'd sweep the room for anything left behind.
Any damage?
Baby oil.
How frequently would Mr. Combs stay in a hotel with Cassandra Ventura in 2008?
Like once a week. At L'Hermitage. The London. Intercontinental. For several days. The IV drips.
Did he speak to you about his relationship with Ms. Ventura?
Yes. Ms. London was there. Chef Jourdan in the other room. He called Cassie over. Asked her to walk there. Hand me that. Go back in the other room. She did it.
What did he say?
You won't do that. That's why you don't have a man.
What did you say?
Your mother f***ing right.
Did you observe Mr. Combs obtain drugs?
A girlfriend in NY, in LA from one stop. Molly, ecstasy, delivered to Puff or to me.
Did he ask you to get drugs for him?
Yes, ecstasy.
And in the south of France?
He asked me to get cocaine. I said, for who?
Why?
I wasn't going to do it, given how my mother died.
At this moment, the defense objected and asked for a sidebar. Then they continued.
Who did Mr. Combs say the drugs were for?
He said, not me.
Did you get them?
Yes, through the Spanish security guard. He also got prescription drugs in my name. They were in the toiletry bag I'd carry or security.
What about bulk cash?
Yes, 100,000 euro, coming back from Europe.
Where'd he get it?
Club bookings in Europe. He'd keep it, then give it to security, then into his bedroom personal safe.
Violence?
Fighting.
Was Mr. Combs with you?
Yes, at Star Island. He told me, you are not to leave this house. Pharrell Williams was brought in by boat. I returned Mr. Walker to Palm Island. He called and said, where the F***A are you? You can't have a life. One time, I asked the chef if there was turkey bacon. She said, no f***ing turkey bacon. I said, I hate it here. The chef told Mr. Combs, and he pushed me again and again.
What did he say?
If you hate it here, get the F***K out of here.
Did you leave your employment?
I did.
But you returned?
As global brand director.
Why?
He was impressed by what I did in the job I'd left for. A couple of albums. He said, you wouldn't have to work directly for me.
What were you doing for Ms. Ventura?
Managing her image. Maximize the optics for her. For Sean Combs, he had final approval on everything.
In L.A., where did you live?
A gated community. We had followed Kim Porter there.
Where was Ms. Ventura?
In New York City on West End. She would come to L.A. and stay with him, or with me, or in a hotel.
Who else was Ms. Ventura seeing?
Scott Muscuddy, Cuddy.
How'd you learn that?
She brought him to my apartment.
What did she say?
She texted me they were going to this public place in L.A. I told her it was a bad idea, and to delete the text.
Why?
If Mr. Combs learned about Mr. Muscuddy, Mr. Combs paid for my phone and hers. I took Cassie to Best Buy to get a burner phone.
When did Mr. Combs return to town?
Not long after. He took Cassie to a hotel, the Cipriani.
And then?
December 22nd, 2011, between 5:30 and 6 a.m. There was banging at my door.
What did you see through the peephole?
A furious Puff.
At this moment, the defense objected, and the judge told the prosecution to ask another question.
What was his movement?
Pacing with something in his hand.
Did you open the door?
I did.
What was he wearing?
Button-down sweater, torn pants, and he was holding a gun. He came into my apartment and said, "Why didn't you tell me? Who is Scott?" I said, "I don't know any Scott."
What did he say?
"We're going to go kill this N-word."
Where was the gun?
In his hand. I said I didn't want to go. He said, "I don't give a what you want. Get dressed."
What concerns did you have?
He'd never come to my house.
Did you try to escape?
No, I got dressed.
Who joined in?
Reuben in the black Escalade, executive class.
Where was Reuben?
Driver's seat. I got in the back seat, right-hand side. Mr. Combs was in the left, next to me. Usually he would have sat in the front. Was in his lap.
How long does it take to drive from your home at the time to Cuddy's house in the Hollywood Hills?
If you push it, 15 to 20 minutes.
What did Mr. Combs and Rube do at Cuddy's house?
They went in.
Could you see in?
Yes.
What did you do?
I called Cassie on her burner. I said, "Cassie, where the f***?" I told her Puff was at Cootie's house. Then I changed her number in my phone to my best friend Stormy.
What did you hear on the phone?
That Scott was at Cassie's.
When Mr. Combs came back?
He took my phone and called the last number. Then I saw Cootie driving up. Mr. Combs saw my face and said, "There's that N-word right there." We drove off and saw the police driving the other way, toward Cuddy's. Puff was pulling himself together. We stopped at the Key Club and he told me to call Cassie.
What did he tell you to tell Cassie?
That he had me and wouldn't let me go.
How did Ms. Ventura respond?
She said, "Okay, come get me." She was calm.
Who drove you home?
Reuben.
What did Mr. Combs then tell you?
To convince Cuddy not to say that it had been him at his house. I picked up Cassie.
Where did you go?
We went to Cuddy's and tried to convince him not to file a police report.
What did you tell them?
That Puff came to my house with a gun.
What did you tell them he said?
If you tell on him, he'll hurt us all.
What was Mr. Muscotty's reaction?
Mind blown.
At this moment, the defense objected, and it was sustained, and the judge told the jury to disregard the last answer.
What happened at the house?
He was kicking Cassie again and again.
How was Cassie?
In the fetal position. Mr. Combs kicked her all the way to the street. She was crying silently.
Where was he kicking her?
Her backside.
Where were you?
5 feet away. So was Rube.
What did Mr. Combs say to you?
He said, "If you jump in, I'm going to A you up too."
What did Rube do?
Nothing.
Who did you call?
D-Rock, I told him, "Tell your brother to stop Puff. He is kicking the S out of her." I called Paulie too. I said he'd take care of it, but Rube did nothing.
What next?
Mr. Combs told me to get the out too. I left on foot.
Could you still see her getting kicked?
Until I went around the bend.
Then who did you call?
Regina Ventura. I told her, "He's kicking the shit out of your daughter. I can't call the police, but you can."
Why didn't you call the police?
So we're going to pause right there, okay? So mom knew. See, this is testimony that they didn't get, into with mom that I heard because, they wanted to play the part of him and the extortion thing, the coercion thing or whatever, you know what I'm saying, with him trying to blackmail the mom and Cassie with video of Cassie and him in freak eyes. And the mom went to the bank to take out a lien on her house or however have you to get the money against her house, borrowed against her house to pay Diddy $20,000, right? Type shit. So that's crazy that Capricorn Clark has this testimony that she went to Cassie Ventura's mom and was like, he's kicking the shit out of her. He's beating her bloody to death. La da 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 da. I don't have the power to call, but you can. And the mom, what? Let's see what happened, because she didn't testify to any of that during her time on the stand. You see what I'm saying? So let's see.
Peace.
The mission of the day was to get Cootie, so no calling police.
This email, who is it from?
Cassie. She wrote that he would be releasing tapes about me, and he would have someone else hurt me and Scott Muscooty.
Do you recall if you responded to this?
I don't.
Did law enforcement call you?
The arson investigators. Cootie had given them my name. I hung up on them. I just wanted this over.
What did Mr. Combs say to you?
He said I should kill you bitch, and I should cut her face.
How many times did Mr. Combs threaten you?
I'd say 50 times. D-Rock was there, just
Wow.
doubling down on whatever Puff was saying in the moment.
Who is Harve Pierre?
The president of Bad Boy Records. I told him Puff had kidnapped me.
What did Harve Pierre tell you?
He said, "That's crazy, but it's going to be okay." I got a termination notice. I was accused of not properly putting in for the vacation I was on.
Had you put in?
Yes, to Harve Pierre.
Did you lose benefits?
All of them. Health, 401k, my house and car.
What did Mr. Combs say?
That I would never work again, that he would make me kill myself.
Did you get a job offer?
I did, but it fell through. I couldn't get a job.
Did you settle with Mr. Combs?
In October 2012, for
At this moment, the defense objected, and then they asked if he can approach, and they had a sidebar. Then they continued.
Aside from that settlement agreement, do you have any other pending litigation against Mr. Combs?
no.
Did you go back to work for him?
2016, no one else would hire me. Cassie had a new record deal with Epic.
Who did you have to get approvals from?
Sean Combs, Cassie was taking more drugs.
Was she still dating Mr. Combs?
Yes,
In December 2023, why did you retain an attorney?
I was traumatized by Cassie's civil complaint. Her complaint did not reference me. I reached out to Mr. Combs and said, "I want my life back. You kidnapped me."
At this moment, the defense objected, but was overruled.
Was there a discussion of you working for Mr. Combs again?
Yes, as chief of staff.
When did you last speak with Ms. Ventura?
2018,
And Mr. Muscati?
2012.
No further questions.
At this moment, it was time for the cross-examination.
We met in April 2024. You had a lawyer, Brian Friedman.
Yes,
You wanted to come back and work with Mr. Combs, right?
we discussed it. Yes,
You saw Ms. Geragos taking notes.
yes.
You said you didn't think Cassie was good for Mr. Combs. Why?
I just thought they were toxic.
Tell me about when you were in NY.
I was in the Bronx. I hated it. It was 2002. I met Jeanette, then Mr. Combs. In 2001 was the World Trade Center thing. Then I met Mr. Combs.
He wasn't doing drugs, right?
He did ecstasy in Daddy House.
Okay, so
But
they
it's-
skipped over the part where she ran to the mom, telling the mother of Cassie that Diddy was killing her, basically. And what happened? What happened? Like, did the mother call the police? Apparently not, y'all.
Got worse.
Yes,
You authorized Mr. Freeman to seek a job for you,
it was all very procedural, lawyer to lawyer.
but you were told you couldn't be given a job in the middle of the investigation.
I don't remember that.
Read this and let me know when you're done. Do you remember saying you had the biggest crush on him?
At this moment, the prosecution objected on the grounds of 403. Then the judge asked the defense, and the defense said, state of mind. And the prosecution answered with, it's offering the truth. The defense said, we had a stipulation on this. Then they had a sidebar, then continued.
You called him Chalk for chocolate?
I did.
You started with Def Jam, Run DMC?
I don't go back that far. I'm more Foxy Brown, Redline, Jay-Z.
So how did you come to work for Mr. Combs?
I put my resume on Monster. After the World Trade Center thing, he said, "You'd work for me?" I was like, maybe. He was acting on Broadway and Raisin in the Sun. I was impressed.
He had a major part?
He was a star. Then I shadowed him on the Vote or Die campaign. My job was to get the t-shirts on the celebrities and into the photo shoots. I'd call them and say, Puff wanted them to come.
And they came?
They did.
How long before the jewelry missing thing?
It was about 4 months. On the 4th of July, he threw a white party at his home on the Hamptons that year with Vote or Die.
When did the jewels missing happen?
After July 4th, the jewels were still on loan from Jacob the jeweler.
Who else got lie detector?
Mike B., his stylist. He too had gone to street level of 1440 for manicures. The lie detector test was the next day.
You never told HR?
No, I got fired for 3 weeks.
How did you get unfired?
I went to work on his 35th birthday at Cipriani to do the celebrity list. I came back.
2004 to 2006.
Not all.
As personal assistant?
Then liaison. I was making $65,000 for Combs, then $90 at Jive.
Why'd you come back to Combs?
I had gotten top records for R. Kelly. Mr. Combs said he was impressed, asked me to come back for Sean Jean for women. I think I was a really good employee for him.
He told you you were awesome?
He did not use that word.
You worked hard for him?
I did.
Others worked hard too, right?
Not as hard as me. I did learn a lot from Mr. Combs. He broke that glass ceiling for us black people in the business world.
Do you need a minute?
No, it's just complicated.
At this moment, they took a break, then continued.
When you went into the park, it was to Tavern on the Green.
We parked there. Earlier in the day in the park, we ran into Nas.
When you say he had Ms. Ventura spin, who was there? Let me show you what you said. You said Lorianne Gibson was there?
They misheard me.
When did you first meet Cassie Ventura?
I met her with Ryan Leslie.
Why did you not get along with Cassie sometimes?
In 2008, she got more bravado being his girlfriend the longer it lasted. She thought I was being paid to help her.
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and the judge sustained it and told the defense to re-ask it.
What did you see?
She went from being a sweet model to being a feisty girlfriend.
Do you think she was talented,
She had talent and was very beautiful.
but not talented?
She was not. I have good taste. Talented to me is Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey. Cassie, she was more of a studio musician. She needed things equalized.
Did she perform live?
A couple times. Not the greatest.
Was she a hard worker?
At times.
When wasn't she a hard worker?
She preferred to be with her boyfriend. When we moved to LA after Kim had the twins, 2009-ish, I saw her developing more of her relationship with Puff, with Mr. Combs.
He supported her?
Yes, with stylists, other musicians, all the components to make a star.
Did she get more help than others?
Yes, Young Jock and a group from Atlanta. I developed French Montana. I ran into Cassie. She said she had a new deal with Epic. I dressed her like David Bowie. We did a photo shoot at my house. We wrote a mini movie and shot it for the project.
What about Official Girl?
Super cute video.
King of Hearts?
It was fresh. Puff liked it.
Cassie had a green wig?
Yes.
We move to admit this witness.
At this moment, the prosecution said there is a ceiling issue.
You don't remember this email?
I don't.
Here in 2012, you are setting up a recording session for Cassie,
Mario Wienans was, for the chairman.
for Mr. Combs?
Yes.
When did you learn Cassie was dating Kid Cudi?
Fall of 2011. I picked her up there.
You believed that after Thanksgiving, Ms. Ventura and Kid Cudi were what?
Getting to know each other.
Why'd you get her a burner phone at Best Buy?
I told her, you cannot do this on your bad boy phone.
How did you know about burner phones?
I grew up in Los Angeles.
In December 2011, Mr. Combs was at an orphanage in Almaty, Kazakhstan.
I heard it was Russia.
How did Mr. Combs get into your building?
I was told the security guard got fired.
What was his name?
Some random security guard.
What did he look like?
Black guy, younger than 35.
What was Mr. Combs doing with the...
He had it in his hand.
He wasn't pointing it at you?
No,
But you told the government he pointed it at you.
it says, or waved it around. That's more correct.
Where did you change into street clothes?
In my closet.
Isn't it true you went so that Mr. Combs wouldn't do something stupid?
No, I went because he said he didn't care. I didn't want to go.
He's a jealous guy?
He has the bad temper.
To the Escalade, did you pass a security guard?
I saw him in his little hut.
Mr. Combs was behind the driver with a gun on his lap. You made a call?
Not then.
Did you look at Kid Cudi's door to see if they could get through it?
I was not really paying attention. I was so in my head, trying to plan my next step. I was praying that Cudi was not in there.
Did Cassie have 2 rooms?
Cudi took her to one room. She had another.
You are 100% that you called and told them Puff had a gun?
Yes, I said it very quickly. I didn't want Puff to see me on the phone.
Did you say that Lauren London was on the phone with you and Cassie and Cudi?
No, only part of the time. I wanted someone to know where I was.
What did you tell her?
I'm scared of mountain lions.
Mountain lions?
I don't know if you know the Hollywood Hills coyotes. Maybe Lauren was on the phone. Maybe. It's such a long time ago.
Are you aware that Lauren and Mr. Combs were friends for years after this?
Yes.
Then you see the Porsche coming up the hill?
Yes. Cudi is in the black Porsche. He stops next to us, then speeds off. We chase him.
Then?
He loses us. We turn away. Then we see police pass us.
You go to pick up Cassie and go where?
Cudi's house. There was ADT there.
Then you go to Mr. Combs' house and you say you see Mr. Combs kicking Cassie there and even in the street?
Yes,
You hung up on the fire inspector?
I did.
When you were on vacation, it was with who?
Rihanna.
After you were fired, what job did you get?
I was hired by Chris Lighty to work for 50 Cent.
Here you wrote to Mr. Combs, one day you'll forgive me. Anyway, be well.
Yes.
You wrote on February 28th, 2015, your grace period to be mad at me has surpassed the agreed time LOL. You wrote that.
Yes, sir.
Please read that out loud.
I wrote, she was never my friend. She wanted me gone, I realized.
Did you think Cassie wanted you gone?
Sorry. This is complicated for me. I felt that I was Puff's protector. I felt I was the only one gone. She was still there, and things were getting worse. I tried to keep professionalism as the goal.
You thought you could be his protector?
It was to move the ball toward the goal, to inspire.
Did it hurt that he would only take you back because Cassie wanted?
Yes, I have no parents. My son is autistic. My stakes are higher, sir.
Can I talk to the government?
At this moment, they had a sidebar and then continued.
Just a few more minutes and we'll get you out today.
Thank you, sir.
You did a lot of great work with Cassie in 2016 and 2017, right?
I believed so.
Cassie had addiction problems?
Yes.
You made a short movie with her?
It was called Love a Loser.
You wrote to him asking for forgiveness?
I wanted my life back, my dream, my competency.
When you met with me, you wanted to work for him, right?
We discussed it.
Nothing further.
At this moment, the redirect began.
How much was Mr. Combs required to pay you?
At this moment, the judge asked for a sidebar. Then they continued.
What happened with the job with Chris Lighty?
He died the day before I was supposed to start. Then, at Interscope, it wasn't about a job. They told me to leave Puff alone.
At this moment, the defense objected, and it was sustained.
I was blacklisted.
At this moment, the defense objected, and it was sustained.
Why did you return to work for Mr. Combs?
So people could see I wasn't disposable. At this level of business, he held all the power.
Why did you meet them?
Get my life back.
In the kidnapping? Did Mr. Combs carry a gun?
Yes.
At this moment, the day in court was over, and that was Capricorn Clark's testimony today. What do you think about it? Who do you think did better, the prosecution or the defense? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Sippers, we are back up on this Thursday. Before we get into the next testimony that's riveting and explosive, the hairstylist for Diddy, we're going to sip some tea on Capricorn.
Before we begin,
what
please
do
be
y'all
advised that
think
viewer
about
discretion is
Capricorn Clark? Do y'all think that she was riveting and explosive for Diddy or the prosecution? I'm going to go ahead and spill my tea. I think she did a little damage for the prosecution. I think damage for the prosecution when she spoke to kidnapping child. Y'all, you know they're gonna eat this up in the predictions, side of the situations. I think she, hurt Diddy as far as like the RICO, where they're, putting in things like the kidnapping, ex trafficking, the coercion, the physical violence that he would use in lieu of threatening people with very severe bodily injury, throwing her over a bridge. You see what I'm saying? Like, now those type of moments, if true and can be proved, because you have to prove that these things happen. Anybody can say anything. But if she can prove that things happen, you know what I'm saying, or other people can maybe like collaborate with her story and, really convince the jury that these things happen, that could potentially get Diddy some time on a RICO charge in the feds. Okay. So that's what I think. I think this did a little damage to the prosecution, but I mean, we're talking about Diddy, and we're talking about RICO. So you have to prove what you're saying to put people in federal RICO charges, away, especially somebody like Diddy. So now we're going to get into the hairstylist, y'all. Keep your cups up. Like I said, it's going to be a long field day of nothing but sipping lots of great tea on the Diddy trial, day 10 through 12. Let's get it.
Strongly recommended. None of the content presented here has been exaggerated or taken out of context. These are the exact statements made by the prosecution team, defense team, Officer Christopher Ignacio, Lance Jimenez, and Deontay Nash on May 28, 2025. Some words have been censored to comply with YouTube's guidelines. What you're about to hear is a voiced-over reading of the Officer Christopher Ignacio, Lance Jimenez, and Deontay Nash testimony from the Sean Diddy Combs trial. Source: courtroom reporter at Inner City Press on X.com. All parties are
Okay, so we have three people testifying. a police officer, whoever Lance Jimenez is, and Deontay Nash, the hairstylist. Okay, so that'll be 3 testimonies we're going to hear in this 16-minute voice-over audio clip. Because as you guys know, there are no cameras, anything allowed in a federal proceeding on a trial. Okay, let's get it.
Presumed innocent until proven guilty. Listen at your own discretion.
The government calls LAPD officer Christopher Ignacio. What is a radio call?
Someone calls 911 and it gets sent to next available LAPD unit on duty.
On December 22nd, 2011, what was your shift?
6 a.m. to 6 p.m. in a marked police vehicle.
What do you remember?
Got a call around 8 a.m., code 3 with lights and sirens to 8925 Hollywood Hills Road.
What did you find there?
An Escalade. I memorized the license plate.
Why?
I thought it could be involved in a crime, the way it left as soon as we got there.
Why didn't you go after it?
We didn't have a crime yet. The front door was unlocked. We went in.
What did you see?
High-end watches and purses, some wrapped, some unwrapped. 2 detectives showed up. When we came out, I saw the same black Escalade now driving down the hill.
Then what?
Mr. Muscuddy arrived in a Porsche.
You ran the plate of the Escalade?
Yes, it came back as Bad Boy Records.
No further questions.
This was 13 years ago, right?
Yes.
You read your partner's report?
Yes.
The streets there are dead ends?
According to the map.
It's a beautiful neighborhood, right? Cul-de-sac?
Sure.
You don't follow the car as it drives away, right?
Right.
Did you see a Porsche?
I don't know.
Do you know the definition of a killing?
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and it was sustained.
Were you told the homeowner was in the house shortly before you and your partner got there?
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and it was overruled.
The door was unlocked?
Yes?
There was no furniture upended, right?
No.
You called it a trespass, not a burglary, right? Because
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and it was sustained.
no report of theft?
No.
If you thought there was a gun in the Escalade, you could have put out a BOLO, right?
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and it was overruled.
You didn't, right?
Right.
Any mention of security cameras?
I saw some.
Mr. Muscuddy wasn't hyperventilating, right?
He was tense, I'd say.
Did you search his Porsche?
No.
It was 8:20 a.m., not 6:30 a.m., right?
Right.
Nothing further.
The government calls LA arson investigator Lance Jimenez. I'll place a binder in front. How many fires have you investigated?
100 a year, everything between mansions to dumpster fires. LA is pretty crazy.
Did you respond as an expert to an auto fire at 8925 Hollywood Hills Road?
Yes, there was a cut in the roof of the Porsche.
What about inside the Porsche?
Burn patterns inside.
Any items?
A bottle on the front seat. A handkerchief, burned. A lighter on the ground.
What hypothesis did you draw?
Molotov cocktail.
How did you think it got in?
Someone lit it, cut the roof, and dropped it in.
Let me show you some photos. This is the black Porsche, or what was burned.
Yes.
What kind of bottle was used?
Old English 800 malt liquor.
And the wick.
A designer-type scarf, silky. In my opinion, this was targeted.
The partial DNA profile. Was it consistent with a female contributor?
I was told that.
Do you know what it means?
No.
Do you know if it is possible to touch an item without leaving DNA?
At this moment, the defense objected, and it was sustained.
What happened to the print cards?
They were destroyed in 2012.
On whose orders?
Someone in LAPD.
Not you or anyone on your team?
At this moment, the defense objected to the entire testimony and wanted a sidebar. At this moment, there was an argument in the courtroom while the jury was out. This will be an uninterrupted voice over reading of that argument between the judge, prosecution, and defense.
Let me get him.
Mrs. Slavic, what was the purpose of getting into that?
They are questioning the investigation, so we're entitled to ask this.
When I heard the questions, I assumed there was going to be line of cross-examination about the fingerprint cards, like about the DNA. But that does not appear to be the case, so I'm thinking of telling the jurors to disregard.
This is outrageous. We are considering what remedies to ask for. Let me speak with my colleague. They implied that someone in this courtroom was responsible for the destruction of the fingerprint cards.
They intended to attack the investigation.
My intent is to strike from the record any testimony about the fingerprint cards and the destruction of them. I will note that the only answers were what the witness knew about the destruction. I sustained the objection to if it was abnormal.
We are going to move for a mistrial at this time based on the prosecutorial misconduct that has occurred. Some prospective jurors said Mr. Combs could buy his way out. This type of conspiracy is out there, and this bought into it. They should have ended with when the fingerprint cards were destroyed. But they asked, did he authorize it? There's no way to unring this bell. The only proper remedy here is a mistrial.
That's absolutely unwarranted. It was
And I was just taking note of that, y'all, because across my whiteboard popped up that Diddy's lawyers want to move for a mistrial. But we're going to get into that. First, we're going to get caught up on the last 2 days of testimonies and everything else, okay? Riveting, explosive predictions, everything, okay? So, yeah.
It was Mr. Agnifilo who wanted to inquire into the DNA into the investigation. Your Honor can just say that the jurors should not draw any inference from the destruction of the fingerprint cards.
Application for a mistrial is denied. I sustained the objections when raised.
Mistrial denied to Diddy at this current time.
Jurors have already been told that questions are not.
Your Honor should tell the juror that the questions were improper.
They weren't improper. You could say disregard both.
Will the court tell the jurors that the answers are not to be considered?
I'll tell them that the questions and answers on the fingerprints are irrelevant to this case and not to be considered.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Jurors, the questions and answers on the fingerprints are irrelevant to this case and are not to be considered by you. Please proceed.
Did you interview the owner of the Porsche?
Scott Muscuddy.
Did you reach out to others?
I reached out to an assistant. Her name was Capricorn. At this moment, the defense
Love
objected
those
and they were told
teacups
to
in the
rephrase.
chat,
Who did you
y'all.
reach out
Thank
to?
you for dropping
Capricorn
y'all
and Cassie Ventura.
teacups.
Did Capricorn respond or assist?
No.
How did you reach out to Cassie?
Wasn't able by phone. Tried through a family member.
Did you reach her?
Never.
Were charges brought?
No, but I never closed the case. It's listed as inactive.
Nothing further.
There was a DNA hit on the glass bottle for female DNA, correct?
Yes.
Do you remember when the results came back?
Maybe 6 months.
The test on the bottle, it was important?
Yes.
What does it mean, partial DNA female?
I have no idea. I was told if we had a suspect, we could test against it.
Any other DNA on the bottle?
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and they were told to rephrase.
DX852, just for the witness. That's a glove, right?
Yes.
Did you find another glove?
No.
Did you test the glove for DNA?
No, I understood it belonged to the owner. It was a driving glove.
Your premise was that the Molotov cocktail was dropped. Did you think the person who dropped it would have worn a glove?
Perhaps.
It would have been hot.
Only the wick.
The damage, it's on both sides of the bottle, right?
Looks like it.
Did Mr. Muscuddy have more than one Porsche?
I think he had a second one in the garage.
Why isn't it in your report?
It was not involved.
You were unable to reach Capricorn Clark or Cassie Ventura. When did you reach out?
In the first few weeks.
Are you sure? Tell us everything about these calls.
I believe Capricorn's brother answered and we disagreed.
And once Mr. Muscuddy told you it was his glove, you didn't investigate the glove anymore, correct?
I did not.
Nothing further.
When did you speak with Mr. Muscuddy?
Same day.
Nothing further.
The government calls Deontay Nash. Are you here under subpoena?
Yes.
Do you want to be here?
Absolutely not.
What's your work?
Celebrity stylist.
In 2008?
For Puff and Cassie.
How'd you get hired to work for them?
Through a Craigslist ad for Bad Boy Entertainment.
This photo, is it a fair and accurate portrayal of how you looked at that time?
Not even close.
It's a glamour photo?
Yes, I look amazing.
How often would you witness Mr. Combs and Ms. Ventura interact?
At least once a week.
What did Mr. Combs call Ms. Ventura?
Bitch, ho, CC, baby girl. Slut. He would call it an outright ho, a slut anyway.
How did she react?
Sad.
Did Mr. Combs make threats?
Yes, that he would beat her ass, that he'd send her sex tapes out.
How often would he say he would beat her ass?
Quite a few. It drove her crazy. She would be super emotional. She might stay in the house for days.
How often did Mr. Combs say you could not go out without his permission?
Twice. The first time we went to a gay club with Kyle and Adrian. Then we went to her LA apartment. Puff called and told her she better bring her ass to his house. She panicked.
What did you understand Mr. Combs was saying?
At this moment, the defense objected, but was overruled.
She packed her stuff and went to her house.
Did you attend a Vanity Fair party?
Yes, Oscars after party. In 2014 with Cassie, Puff was there.
How did she look?
She looked bomb. Her hair was...
At this moment, the defense objected, but was overruled.
Her hair was long. Puff picked me up and threatened me. I pinned her hair up.
She record music?
Often.
What was your role?
I helped pick songs. I probably should have been called an exec.
At this moment, the defense objected and was sustained.
Her mixtape? Was it ever sold?
No, it was put out free, but it did well. A top download.
How much of her music was released?
I'm being generous to say 10%.
This would be a good place to break. We want to show Mr. Nash a photo of this afternoon's witness, Mia, without the screen in the gallery showing the photograph. How many times in person have you witnessed Mr. Combs be violent?
Quite a few.
This is a sealed exhibit. Without saying her name, do you recognize this person we'll call Mia?
Yes.
What were you and Mia helping Cassie pack for?
The OVO Fest in Canada.
Who came to the door?
Puff. He said, "Bitch, didn't I tell you to answer your phone?" Then he dragged her by the hair and hit her.
How hard was he hitting her?
At this moment, the defense objected but was overruled.
Very hard. We ran to the bedroom, but Puff pushed it open. He continued to attack Cassie with his fist.
What did you do to try to help Cassie?
I jumped on Puff's back. He threw me off. Mia, too. Cassie's head hit the bed frame. She was bleeding, but Puff continued hitting her.
Where was Mia?
Getting towels.
What did Mr. Combs say to you, Mia and Cassie?
He said, "Look what y'all made me do." He said she'd go to a plastic surgeon.
With who?
D-Rock. He was Puff's security.
After that, when did you see her?
The next day, FaceTime or something like that. She had a gash in her eyebrow.
Were you once cooking with Cassie when Mr. Combs got violent?
Yes, Puff came.
What did Mr. Combs say?
He said, "Y'all better get out of my house." He was grabbing her by the hair. He pushed her out the door, then began to do the same to me.
So
But I
now
don't
we
have
know
hair. He popped.
who the D-Rock character is. That would be the hairstylist, okay? D-Rock, of all the mentions earlier from Cassie and testimony, but they never asked her, like, can you give us who D-Rock is, birth rightfully? And I never heard her say Deontay Nash. I guess Deontay Nash is D-Rock? Okay.
Popped me. He told me to go downstairs and wait. They came down and Puff was berating us. As we drove off, we got a phone call.
At this moment, the defense objected, and the judge said, "Next question."
Call from who?
Puff. He told us to stop and he came to the window. He said he'd put her sex tapes on the internet. Puff said he'd send her sex tapes to her parents' jobs.
Now that's extortion. That is punishable. I don't know federally, but I know that you can get in trouble criminally for alluding to or putting out X tapes of people to their employment, kids' schools, wherever. You can be punishable criminally by doing that. I don't know federally. We're going to have to see how that plays out, right?
And get them fired. That her brother was a bitch and that only he protected her.
What did you tell her?
That Puff is on the sex tapes too. She said he is not. He was taping her with other men.
What did she say about wanting or not wanting to have sex with other men?
At this moment, the defense objected but was overruled.
That she didn't want to. I drove her to Sunset Boulevard to get a taxi.
Why?
Uber wasn't really a thing yet. Puff came to my house looking for her. He looked in my oven. I'm not sure why. Puff took my phone and Cassie called from a hotel. Puff said, "Let's go there." Bad boy staff stayed there.
What did Mr. Combs say?
He said, "Go get her." I went to Cassie's hotel room with D-Rock and Tony. She jumped up. She was frightened. She said she would jump off the balcony.
How high was it?
It wasn't the first floor. Downstairs, I saw 4 or 5 of Puff's security waiting. Puff told me, "You played me." I drove off, but Puff's security followed me. I turned off my lights and drove really fast. I went to the Universal Sheraton.
Did you go home the next day?
Yes, I found my backpack was stolen. It had $1,000 in it.
Why did you keep $1,000 cash?
So when Puff was mad, I could check into a hotel without giving my name.
What happened in 2015?
I saw Puff slap Cassie in the face. He said, "Get this bitch out of here."
What did you do?
Got her out.
The Perfect Match premiere. What did you see?
Cassie had a black eye.
When was Mr. Combs with you at a music video?
Yes, I was outside smoking a cigarette. Puff came and threw me on the car and started choking me out. Puff said, "Y'all keep going out."
Did you report anything to the police?
No, I was afraid of retaliation from Puff.
Did you get anyone on staff?
Christina Coram, KK.
What did she say?
That she would talk to him.
Did anything change?
No.
How often did you help Cassie hide?
Often.
What did Mr. Combs do?
He would blow our phones up. KK would too. She would say Puff was calm. Cassie would go back.
Did Cassie tell you she was going to a hotel with Mr. Combs?
Yes, weekly. She would pack sex toys.
Did she say she wanted to go?
At this moment, the defense objected but was overruled.
She said she didn't want to go.
Her 29th birthday. Tell me.
Puff asked me should he surprise her on her birthday.
What did you say?
Girl, I was not about to tell him not to surprise her.
Did she use the word freak off with you?
Not like freak off, more like freak off.
Like a verb?
Yes.
Where did you go after the blind dragon?
875 Comstock, like 17A. Puff said, y'all gonna get some tonight.
What did Ms. Ventura say?
That she didn't want to go, but he made her. They left the house. She was super high.
New Year's Eve 2017, where were you?
Vegas, with Cassie and the staff, all on the same floor of the hotel.
So let me go out and say that Nash is a homosexual, because Diddy made a comment. Nash testifies that y'all are gonna get some DICK tonight. Nash is a boy, so I'm gonna go out and say Nash is a homosexual. Okay, Diddy.
At the end of the hall.
What did Mr. Combs tell you?
That Cassie had been asleep for 24 hours. I had to take her up. I had to wake her up.
Did she wake up?
She woke up for me.
What?
Thanks for watching. Remember to show your support by liking, subscribing, and sharing. It's a blessing. Keep your teacups filled and ready for my next upload. Until then, stay inspired and remember, always stay dipping.